Alright, time for a late movie review. Yay! Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie London Has Fallen. Yes, this review is really late. I saw this movie days ago, like 5 or 6 days ago. I didn't have time to get a review up, so here's my really late review of the movie London Has Fallen. And honestly, anyone cares about London Has Fallen. I think everyone knows that this movie's a pile of shit, but if you're interested in knowing what my opinion of the movie is, it's about the same as everyone. This movie sucks. This movie is an awful piece of shit. Okay, this movie stars Gerard Butler, Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Radha Mitchell, basically all the people from the first movie. Okay, Olympus Has Fallen was actually a pretty good movie. That movie came out in 2013, and it actually surprised me. Two movies came out that year about people protecting presidents, and that was the better movie. White House Down, what a pile of ass. But Olympus Has Fallen actually really surprised me. It was almost like the Die Hard movie that wasn't Die Hard, and I think it came out the same year as Die Hard. Did it? Yeah, I think it did, yeah. But yeah, that movie was actually pretty good. Olympus Has Fallen was good. Gerard Butler was good. Eckhart was good. They had some pretty cool tension. The action was good. The reason that movie probably worked, though, is because it was directed by Antoine Fuqua. He knows how to direct proper action scenes, and I can tell that movie worked mostly because of his direction. So that's probably why this movie, London Has Fallen, didn't work, because this movie isn't directed by Antoine Fuqua. It's directed by some guy I've never heard of, and this movie just didn't work. Honestly, why did we need a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen? And Olympus Has Fallen was a fine standalone movie. It was nothing even that great. It was just a fun, good action movie. It didn't need a sequel, but apparently we needed a sequel and called it London Has Fallen. And what's the story of this movie? The story of this movie is basically the same story as Olympus Has Fallen, but now it's in London. But Gerard Butler's back and he's protecting Aaron Eckhart, the president, from, like, terrorist attacks and shit, but that's basically the gist of it. There's a little differences with terrorists and stuff, and Morgan Freeman trying to negotiate and stuff. Well, actually, sorry, that's sort of the same as Olympus Has Fallen. I don't really know. I've only seen Olympus Has Fallen once. I saw it in theaters 3 years ago, and I never watched it again. And that's not saying because the movie was bad, just, it's not very watchable. Maybe that's good for a one-time watch. I had fun with it, I didn't need to see it again. But now they made a sequel, so I had to see the sequel, and this movie sucked. This movie was not good. No ounce of fun in it. There wasn't even good action scenes, and the performances weren't even all that good. I could tell Gerard Butler was trying, even though the script of this movie was absolute dog shit. He was trying his ass off it. He tried to be like that badass action star, almost like a John McClane. He failed, but he was trying. I could tell his chemistry with Aaron Eckhart was still there. They still worked good off each other, even though they were both reading off, again, a toilet paper script. This script for this movie was that pile of ass. The dialogue was just awful, just cheesy one-liners. The story kind of made no sense at all. I'm like, what the fuck what are they talking about? Just because you throw big fancy words out doesn't mean they make sense and stuff. And the villain in this movie is just generic and very forgettable. It's not like you're dealing with like a die-hard villain. See, the villains in Olympus Has Fallen, yes, they're pretty generic too, but at least they were fun and silly, you know, at the top. I could watch them, but these ones were so generic and so forgettable. And again, the action scenes, they were so forgettable too. And there was a lot of special effects. There wasn't a lot of special effects in Olympus Has Fallen, but there was a little bit. But they blended well with the story. But this one has a lot more special effects, and they look like absolute garbage. Effects in this movie were just laughable and just awful. It looked like shit. And again, the action scenes weren't fun. Just because they're violent and people are saying F-words doesn't make the movie fun. This movie was boring as shit, and just because you have a tracking shot doesn't mean your movie's good, and doesn't mean you're doing the tracking shot right. This movie at the ending has this long tracking shot in this action sequence. It's not done right. Just because it's a tracking shot doesn't mean it's a good shot. If your camera angles aren't properly angled and it doesn't fit the tone well, it's not a good tracking shot. Like the last Airbender movie, it has a tracking shot, and it's a shitty tracking shot. Just because you have a tracking shot, you can make a scene last one take. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean your scene is powerful. It doesn't mean your scene is awesome. It's not a scene we're going to remember in the future. Yes, when a tracking shot is done right, it's awesome. It looks great. Like Creed had a lot of great tracking shots, but they worked for the movie. The tracking shot was just meaningless. It was just like, hey, look, this scene is in one shot. So what? Who cares? The scene was executed poorly, and it had a lot of shitty effects in it, and it was just boring. I didn't even care what was going on. I didn't care about any of these characters. about anyone, and the performances are all just awful. It's poorly directed. This director didn't direct his actors properly. He didn't direct the action scenes properly. He clearly didn't direct the cinematographer properly, and the effects look like garbage. This director clearly had no idea what the hell he was doing, and I hope he doesn't do more action scenes in his future, because he's awful. This movie was just awful. Was it the worst movie of the year? Hell no. This movie's too forgettable to be the top 10 worst movies of the year, but it's not the slightest bit watchable. Like, I was grinding my teeth sitting through this movie. It is bad. It is really bad. Again, Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart, they're really trying. They do have chemistry, but this movie is just such a drag. I was bored. I was counting down every second till this movie was fucking over. This movie was not needed. Why did we need a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen? Could you just give us sequels that we actually need, not sequels to stupid, dumb action movies? Like I said, I actually enjoyed Olympus Has Fallen, but it didn't need a sequel, and this movie was just stupid and just pointless. I hated this movie. London Has Fallen is terrible. I obviously don't have to say skip it, because clearly everyone's skipping it, because this movie's terrible. Everyone knows this movie's terrible. So yeah, scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the movie London Has Fallen a 3 out of 10. So yeah, this movie's terrible. It's terrible. So yeah, that's my review of the movie London Has Fallen. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite Gerard Butler movie? Favorite Gerard Butler movie? My favorite is probably How to Train Your Dragon, but if that doesn't count, Coriolanus. Those are good movies. What is yours? Your favorite Gerard Butler movie? What is your favorite? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.